A number of South Dakota Democratic lawmakers made their way to the nation's capital this past weekend, attending one of the last major events to take place at the White House under President Biden.
They are returning with a strategy to make a difference here in the Mount Rushmore State, and Cooper Seymour has that story for us tonight. Cooper, good evening.
Yeah, Brian and Andrea, the days of the Biden administration are running out. In just over a month, President-elect Donald Trump will return to the White House. South Dakota Democrats joined a number of lawmakers for the White House Christmas party, a last chance to make their message at the national level, but looking for answers on how to accomplish goals at the state level, too. Joe Biden and his administration celebrating its last Christmas at the White House. The outgoing Democrats celebrating it with lawmakers from across the country, including some from South Dakota. A number of Mount Rushmore Democrats made the trip to Washington, including Representative Caden Whitman, who says for some it was their last big moment as legislators.
Quite a few of the legislators that were there are outgoing from the state legislature. They will not be returning, and so getting to share this experience with them kind of at the tail end of their legislative career was so special.
But for those returning to Pierre, they're looking for a parting message. Whitman says Biden spoke about how Democrats across the country need to stick to their values, but also work with Republicans to create solutions for tough problems.
Regardless of what administration is in power for the next 4 years, how can we as Americans come together and unify so that we can push forward towards creating a better, more progressive nation for everybody?
Whitman says a point of pride that she has in Pierre is that there's always been bipartisan support for her bills. While she says it won't always be the case, there's a number of issues that can be solved in the state's capital with support from across the aisle if lawmakers seek it out.
Every single bill I've ever brought to the South Dakota legislature has had both Republicans and Democrats sign on as sponsors. I truly believe that the more diverse voices and experiences we have in those conversations results in a better end result for everybody.
Whitman says legislators will have their hands full when the next session kicks off in Pierre in the upcoming month. She says she's bringing again forward a school lunch bill, with Democrats putting together a number of legislative priorities.